Just doing some exercise 4.7 exact value problems. The first question is to find the exact value of cos 45 degrees tan 60. You have to express it in simplest third form. So cos 45 is what? 1 over root 2 times tan 60 is root 3. I'm going to put over 1. Do you know why? Because I've got a fraction times a whole number. I'm going to go over 1. So what's 1 times root 3? It's just root 3. Root 2 times 2 is just root 2. I know, because remember, I've got a square root on the denominator, and we don't like to leave it like that. So I have to, and you haven't learned how to do it yet, but we then rationalize the denominator. So how do I get rid of square roots? I multiply it by the denominator again. Right? Yes. So to rationalize that denominator, so I've got root 3 over root 2. To get rid of the square root on the denominator, the only way you can do that is to multiply by another square root of 2. So if you're multiplying the denominator by root 2, you multiply the numerator by root 2. What's root 3 times root 2? Root 6. Root 2 times root 2 is 2. Now let's say you get, so this is what I want you to do. If you don't know how to rationalize, that's fine. What I'd like you to do is, you know how you've got root 3 over root 2 and you feel that, look, I haven't made a mistake. I know I haven't made a mistake. Just go to your calculator and do root 3 divided by root 2. Just note the answer down as a decimal and look at their answer, root 6 divided by 2. And if they get the same answer, then you know you've got the correct answer, but you just didn't put it in the form that they wanted. Do you get what I'm saying? Cos 30. Not the nice one. Root 3 over 2. All right, what's sine 45? 1 on root 2. I'm really happy for you just to leave it as, what's root 3 times 1? Root 3. Do you remember how we write 2 times root 2 shorthanded? Shorthand? It's just 2 root 2. Look, don't worry about, see, they're going to simplify that now. They're going to rationalize it. So in the answer, it'll look different to that. Look, I haven't taught you the next bit, so don't worry about it. If you can just do that, I'm happy. So what you can do is, if you go to the back of the book, evaluate what their answer comes to, write it down as a decimal, evaluate yours as a decimal. If it's the same answer, then you're right. Does anyone know how I would rationalize this? What do I multiply by? Root 2 over root 2. And what do I get? 3 times root 2 is written as 3 root 2. What's 2 times root 2 times root 2? 2 times what? What's the root 2 times root 2 bit? So I've got 3 root 2 over 2 times 2 is 4. Girls, 3. So this is actually root 6. Sorry, can't even read my own writing. Here we go. That's a root 3. Sorry. So root 3 times root 2 is root 6. Look, girls, you know what? I'm happy for you just to get to the first step, first line. Don't worry about the rest if you're not ready for it. We will be spending a week on rationalizing and multiplying thirds and dividing them and adding and subtracting. If you can just get to this, I'm happy. Just check their answer in the back, which would be that it gives you the same answer as that, and I'll be happy. Don't worry yourself about doing the other stuff. We still need to learn that. Okay? Do you get what I'm saying? This one, I think I was a bit ambitious asking you to do it. But if you just know what your ratios are, I'll be happy. So it says to show that cos 45 times cos 30 plus sine 45 times sine 30 equals that on the right. What's cos 45? Cos 45. Cos 45, 1 over root 2. Cos 30 is root 3 over 2 plus sine 45 is 1 over root 2. Sine 30 is the nice one, which is a half. So now, multiply the numerators and the denominators of each fraction. I've got root 3 over, now root 2 times 2 is 2 root 2, plus 1 times 1 is 1, And 2 times root 2 again is 2 root 2. Now, notice that the denominators are the same. Notice that the denominators are the same, so we can write it as a common denominator. I'm really happy for you to leave it like that at the moment because we haven't done the third topic. So you could leave it here. But if you do want to press on, what you would do now is work this out, write it as a decimal somewhere, make sure that the answer in the back gives you the same answer. You haven't learnt how to rationalise this. But what do you think you would do if you did rationalise it? Multiply by, what do you think you multiply by? Root 2 over root 2. This means root 2 bracket root 3 plus 1 over 2 times root 2 times another root 2. Well, that's really 2 times 2. So this would be root 2 times root 3 is root 6 plus root 2 times 1 is root 2 over 2 times 2 is 4. Now, I am happy for you to stop where the tick is. Just make sure that that equals this.